Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully this won't be a rain delay and I have to move to another location. As you can see in the background here, I'm not sure what the clouds are going to do yet. It was black over the valley a minute ago and it was coming in, but it looks like it might skirt us or it might not. Anyhow, if I don't finish the video out here, I'll stop the camera and I'll go to another spot. That's what life's about, yeah? Anyhow, I thought I would talk about some raw vegan mistakes today. I think I've done a video on raw vegan mistakes before, so hopefully I'm not repeating myself. I think I looked through some other videos on the subject. I read a little bit, and like I say, with a lot of my videos, I like to see what other people are saying, see what I agree with, and then just a lot of times see if I can offer something extra. It's not like I disagree with what the person's saying. It's just that I try to see if I can bring something different to the conversation. So anyhow, I think the one thing that everybody agrees on is not eating enough. I talked about this the other day. I've talked about this all the time. Most problems in this raw vegan lifestyle come from people just simply not eating enough. You have to listen. The foods you've eaten on the standard American diet, or even if you've eaten vegetarian, or even if you haven't been raw vegan before, you can get a lot of calories in a lot smaller portions. When you're eating raw foods, it's just fruits and vegetables mostly. You got your fat in there, but you have to eat to get an adequate amount of calories. Now, the second thing I'm going to say that I consider a mistake, and I'll tell you why, and it kind of relates to the first one: following a guru. Because I'm going to tell you what I see a lot of times with people that latch on and follow a guru. There's too many extremists out there. There's the ones that kind of advocate not eating. I dabbled around and got involved and followed a few early on in this journey of mine. And then there's the ones that just want to, that are just talking about cramming in as many calories and as much food as you can get during the day. I'm kind of the middle way, like the Buddha. I like to be in between there. I shoot for about 3,000 calories a day, and I feel that's adequate for me. Now, sometimes I come up short, but that works for me. So that's like I say, when it comes to the guru thing, from another aspect too, you want to be getting as many different points of view as possible. One of the worst things I just think you can do is just have one way, one person, one method, one mindset, and you've never even heard or explored anything else. So, listen to a lot of different opinions out there, and make up your mind for yourself. In other words, just take in the data. You don't need to follow people. You don't need to follow. God knows you don't need to follow me, but just take in information and make your brain smart enough. It'll make its own decisions. Too much fat. Too much fat, too much fat. People get so obsessed when they come to this raw vegan lifestyle. They want to be as high raw as possible. Like I say, sometimes it's for different reasons. I don't want to make it sound like all the time it's like they want to be a part of a club, but people just seem to be so caught up in the rawness part of it. It's like, just always remember that your health and being healthy and feeling good comes before how raw you are. And so many people, when they come into this lifestyle, especially if they haven't properly transitioned, if they haven't done a lot of the detox with their body yet, they still crave a lot of this stuff, and they kind of satiate that with a lot of nuts, a lot of fat in general. Like I say, won't get into that one though, but I'll take any day of the week. I'll say go for clean cooked food over, especially the vegetables, like broccoli, carrots, whatever. I say go for clean cooked food as you're doing your transition over high fat raw. Now there's no kind of take that with a grain of salt too. In the beginning, you probably are realistically, you probably are going to eat a little bit higher fat than you want to settle on eventually, but don't go nuts with it. And this will kind of segue into the next one about it kind of mixes with my next mistake would be getting complicated with your recipes. And I think when people tend to get overly concerned with the recipe things, if you're going to the same Instagram and Pinterest and different places I am, there's a lot of high-fat stuff out there. There's a lot of good-looking dishes, the lasagnas, the fake meats, the fake cheeses, and those are good. hell, I'm all down for that. I wish I had a good raw vegan chef around where I could, get it when I wanted to. But I would say treat that high fat stuff like you did on, well, if I can't say you, on my former lifestyle. You limit your gourmet, your high fats. That's special occasion type stuff. So don't get it, don't get started on the high fat way of going and just kind of bail yourself out and be like, I'm raw. You're not losing any weight, you're not getting any healthier, but you're raw. That's all you can claim, is you're raw. And with the recipes too, once besides the high fat, once you start, like, I have people ask me about recipes a lot of times, like, is this okay? What's wrong with this? Well, anything you're going to eat is okay. You don't need permission, but it's just a lot of stuff going in there. A lot of times I just can't evaluate it because people have given me a list of, well, I made this and this had this, and this. And we're talking a lot of processed stuff in there. And that would be, I didn't even have that one written down in my notes, but that would be another one too, is too much processed food in your raw vegan diet. Too much processed food just to keep yourself raw. There's a lot of stuff out there that I'm kind of skeptical of that's okay, once again, for special occasions. But there's a lot of packaged raw products out there that, like I say, I just find I'm a little skeptical of that. I'm just, it's hard to convince me of things sometimes, but just keeping it simple. And one other thing about the getting complicated with the recipes too is you get into some bad food combining, because you're kind of new at this, and you're trying to learn a lot. You're taking in a bunch of new information, and you probably don't know the rules. You don't know the rules of your stomach. Everybody's different when it comes to that food combining. There's rules out there, but your stomach is your stomach, your intestines are your intestines, so you're going to have to figure that out. And when you get into these complicated recipes with a lot of ingredients, and especially when it's got a lot of processed food in there, you can tend to get into some bad food combining. And just in general, like I say, the processed food, yeah, I'll end it right there. The processed food is a mistake past a certain extent. Use it in the beginning as a tool as you're switching over into a different lifestyle, but don't get caught up in it. Don't get obsessed with it, and definitely don't look to make it a part of your regular diet. But anyhow, that's just kind of scattered, but that's just a few that, like I say, it's always just about a little tip here, a little tip there. I can take an analogy from yoga. Like, every once in a while I can do the same stuff. You're doing downward dog, you're doing the sun salutation, which you pretty much do in any kind of a flow class. And there's just that, sometimes a teacher will say something, like in a pose I've done 1,000 times, and she says something just a different way that helps me out. So I'm just always looking for little things. I'm not looking, to teach you whole volumes of things. I'm just trying to pass along all the stuff that I read, all the content that I see, and what I keep up with, and just my 2 cents worth on how it's worked out for me, because I like to say I'm doing pretty good. Seems like everything's functioning well. I'm happy all the time, got plenty of energy. I enjoy my food. I'm never hungry. I wish I could gain a few pounds, but my weight stays pretty much the same 3 or 4 years, and I'm eating like a madman, but I'm eating good food. I'm eating good, clean food. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And we got lucky here. No, the rain, I didn't get a rain out, but now I wouldn't mind having some rain here in a little bit. That'd be a good way to end up the day. Love you guys, and hope you are having an awesome week. Peace.